Welcome back to the Black and Gold Report. We're still joined by head football coach Shane Richardson. Coach, let's break down your class. Of the 19 players of the signing day crop, 11 made their home on the defensive side of the ball, including 3 linebackers. Talk about those defensive players that can make an immediate impact for you in their first or second year in the program.
Yeah, I think defensively from our signees, I think a couple names do come to mind. Josh Manns at the safety position. Just a good, big, physical guy that has the physical ability to come in and do it. Now, I think for all incoming freshmen, I think there's a transition process and, just some developing that needs to take place mentally, emotionally, and physically that those guys may not understand until they get here, and so that can go either way sometimes. But he would be one name that we would look to maybe come in and serve a great role for us. At the linebacker position, there's a few to choose from, but a guy that really sticks out athletically would be Scott Johnston. He's got very good athleticism. Can see him possibly stepping in right away. Working into some special teams maybe, and then defensive line wise, possibly Khalil Vance. Just a good big body and very athletic, and has a lot of accolades from what he was able to do this year with Dudley.
You lost a 3-year starter under your center in All-American Luke Charles, but you're able to land a pretty talented quarterback in junior college transfer Andrew Goodman, who joined the team in time for the spring semester. He's had an interesting story in that UNCP originally recruited him out of high school, but how has his transition gone, and what are some of the tools he possesses that have you excited for spring football?
Yeah, Andrew's been a great addition so far. He parked in the staff parking lot for about 3 days in a row, and so we had to get that straightened out. But other than that, he's brought a very good mentality, a great work ethic, and he's done everything that we've asked him to do so far. We expect that he'll step in and be able to compete right away. And so obviously with Luke leaving, the job is wide open. We've got some other quarterbacks on the roster that I expect to be able to compete versus Andrew as well. And so I'm looking forward to him being able to step up and use his good long arm and be able to do that, as well as being able to run as well. I think, he's got, aspects of being a good passer and a good runner. And so I think he can bring a lot to the table in that way. But expecting very good competition at that position.
You lost a pair of All-American offensive linemen in Wes Carter and Marquel Rogier, who you're obviously in need of them for the Braves. But talk about the 3 student athletes you were able to sign and how you see them transitioning at the college level.
Yeah, Taylor Gann out of South Point High School. We had Garrett Robinson out of Forest View High School, and then we had Chris Hazard out of West Moran High School. Those 3 are very solid offensive linemen, and I think, when they come in as freshmen, offensive linemen, they need some developing. They need to make sure that they get caught up to the big bodies that, we see in college and that we play with and play against in college. And so they're going to need to physically, I think, develop a little bit more. I don't anticipate that they'll be able to step in right away. Be a great surprise if they could. But I think they all need to get a little bit bigger, a little bit more physical, and really adjust to what it takes to be a college offensive lineman.
Who are some of the guys that you were able to redshirt this past season that are likely to make a pretty big impact for you on the gridiron in 2014?
Sure. I think, the 2 that come to mind were the 2 that won their scout team awards this past year, and the team voted on them. And I think, that went a long way, because I think, the players recognize that they're good players. Players on the field will know when another player is pretty good. And so Ahmad Smith on defense, he is from Lumberton, and he has a very physical presence, and so he plays the safety position right now. We've been in discussion of trying to maybe move him a little bit closer to the ball and possibly moving him to linebacker, but we'll see how that goes this spring. But I think he has a very physical presence, and he's brought a great mentality to work into a position. Also, Tim Allen on the offensive side has all the tools that you want in a wide receiver. And so we've got to get him kind of straightened out just with knowing the system and just staying the course, but he can physically do it in all the other aspects.
All right, thank you, Coach, so much for being on the show today.
Great, thank you.
And thank you for watching this week's edition of the Black and Gold Report. Until next week, go Braves.